All right, so now let's take a look at two more sets of numbers that we're going to be adding. And notice these have decimals and they are written horizontally. Now it is very hard to add decimals or subtract decimals or even whole numbers for that matter when they are written horizontally, which is side by side. So we want to go ahead and line them up vertically, but one of the things we want to make sure that we do is that we line up our decimals. So we want to write them vertically and we want to line up our decimals, and we can add zeros if we have any empty spaces, and I'll show you what that looks like. So for this one, we are going to line it up vertically, so we would have 57 and 36 hundredths plus 89 hundredths. Now this is where you have to be careful. Where does the 89 go? Okay, so we have a decimal here and we want to make sure that we line up our decimals together. So sometimes it's a really good idea to just go ahead and put your second decimal, then fill it in with the numbers after the fact. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add these up. All right, so in this case, there is no need to add any extra zeros. We can just simply add our hundredths. 6 hundredths plus 9 hundredths is going to be 15, and you're going to carry the 1/10 over. Then we're going to add our tenths, so we have 8 plus 3, which is 11, plus 1 more tenth is going to be 12, and that creates a whole, so we're going to bring that over here. All right, then we add our 1, 7 plus 1 plus 0 is going to be 8, and we have 5 plus nothing is going to be 5, okay? So it's very similar to adding whole numbers. All right, so this one I changed it up just a little bit because I really want us to focus on the lining up the decimals and writing them vertically for this one. So we're going to go ahead and start with our 92 and 17 hundredths plus 1 and 6 tenths. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and put your second decimal because you want to make sure your decimals are lined up. That will help you make sure that your ones are together because this is a 1. So it's right underneath our 2, and then we have 6 tenths here. Now, we have an empty space right here. Now, for addition, it's not as necessary that you fill that in with another number. But it's a good idea that when you have empty spaces on the right side of your decimal, whether it's addition or subtraction, that you fill that in with a 0. It will be really helpful, especially when we get into subtraction. So let's go ahead and add this up. 7 plus 0, or if you left it empty, it would be nothing, would be 7. 6 plus 1 is also 7. 2 plus 1 is 3. And 9 plus nothing, or if you want to fill the 0 in, you can, is going to be 9. All right, we're going to bring that decimal straight down, and the decimal is going to go right there. So that is how you take decimals and you line them up vertically. You line them up based on their decimal, making sure all of them are in the right decimal place. You can rename them by adding zeros at the end if you like, but we're definitely going to be doing that skill with subtraction.